Hey, how's it going? Just wanted to make a video about some of the prototyping that I'm trying to do for this project. So, uh, normally I've been carrying my, or keeping my bowstrings and like little plastic baggies and shit like that. I didn't like folding them up like that though, leaving like cakes in them and stuff. So I was trying to think. I was like, what else could I do to keep my bowstrings? Other than that, I've been hanging them on the wall. That way, I don't have to, fold them or anything like that. But then I was thinking, I was like, well, what do I want to do if I want to carry them with me? And then I was looking at some Kudo videos, and I see that they have a string holder that they use in Kudo, and it's called a Tsurumaki. Uh, Tsurumaki. Pardon me if I'm butchering that. All right, so I have a 3D printer, and I decided to try and print a few prototypes in TPU, and also one in PLA. So TPU is a like rubber plastic type of material, and depending on what type of TPU, it has a stretchy, varying stretchiness to it, pliability. PLA is hard plastic. It doesn't bend or anything like that. It's not supposed to. Now, so one of the first iterations that I printed was this one, and as you can see here, it kind of bends a little bit. It's still a little tough. This one, I don't know how I feel about it being kind of tough to open. Traditionally, these are made out of rattan. They do have plastic versions and stuff like that, but and I'm probably going to end up buying one of the rattan versions. It's just to buy them online, you either basically have to buy one from eBay, which is ridiculously priced, and shipping is still expensive. For instance, you can get one for, let's say, $60 plus $20 shipping on eBay, and a very similar rattan one that you can get from a Japanese Kudo store online is like a third the cost, basically, or well, maybe not a third the cost, but it's around $24 as opposed to $60. So about a little less than half. I don't know how much shipping is going to be with them. Even if it's $20, you're still coming out cheaper ordering straight from the source rather than from eBay. So I decided to try to make my own. So how it works, I'll just grab. So right here I have a bowstring for my Segue bow from Alley Bow, and this is a Flemish twist. So how you're supposed to do it, or at least there is a Obasan, there's an old lady who does Kudo on YouTube, and she makes videos about Kudo and stuff. So she says that you're supposed to put your finger in one of the loops, and then well, what she did was like she held the other end on a hook on the wall. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna do it like this. I don't have a Kudo string. I don't know what their strings are made of or how it's supposed to be, but they're very things have to be done a certain way in Kudo and with certain types of materials. It's all about how you do things and stuff. But I'm not like that, so I don't do that martial art, so I'm just gonna do it like this. And as you can see, it stays in. It doesn't come out, and it is in there. You definitely can fit more than one string in there. And then here is the PLA version. I made this in 2 pieces, but in hindsight, I did how they join together a poor way. This is a poor connection. It's not great. I mean, it does like stick together, but it's definitely not the way I would do it going further. But you know, this is basically the same way. So I have another string in here that is a Flemish twist. We'll just set those off to the side. This is my latest creation, the latest prototype. This one's a lot bigger than the rest of these. You know, as you can see. I don't know. It's kind of hard to see. Oh, trying to get framed here. The difference between this one and the PLA is I made it more like this, but the way it probably should have been made. So I made it like that. Now, I did get some of the sizing incorrect. So the inner part should be longer than the inner part. I tried to make a groove here that this would sit in, this part, but it does not fit in there well. Like I can't like snap it together and fit it. Like I have to kind of like bend it like this and then push it into the groove, and it's kind of a pain in the dick. So I won't be doing that again. So instead I will be not putting a groove in, and I'll be making this part extend all the way down. Also, problem that I noticed with this version is I made this channel here quite big. It's very big. And what else? So that goes in like that. I like how flexible this one is, though. This one's very flexible. A lot more flexible than the other ones. But it's just, I think maybe the gap is a little too big. You can see the gap's a little bit bigger there. If I pull this up to the front, it doesn't look like much of a difference. It's probably only like 1 millimeter or 2, or 1.5 millimeters. But just like the way that it holds, so you can see that this is flexible. I can like bend it and stuff, and it's fine. So I can like scrunch this up, and it'll go back to normal. So now I just find that the strings don't hold as nice as these smaller ones do, and I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's because there's too much space and it's not like gripping it enough. But here I'm gonna cinch one up. I'm gonna try and make this as snug as possible. Okay. So that's one in, and then I'm gonna use this other one, which is, as you can see, an endless loop. So this is a much, thicker loop. It's been, it's got serving on it and stuff like that. The nice things about loops like these is that they kind of hold a little bit of shape. So it kind of pushes against the walls here, so it helps the string stay in. Okay, so I'm just gonna wind this one. Try and pull this taut as I can. Okay. All right, there it is. Oh, see, it doesn't really come apart. And then there are the strings inside. So it's starting to kind of like poke out there a little bit. So I'm making another version. And also, this is pretty ugly. Just the program that I'm using is very basic for designing these. So it can't make a completely smooth, round shape. It's gonna have like these little polygons and stuff. So, and then that leads to weird printing and all that shit. So I decided to make another version of this. And then normally for a Tsurumaki is you have like a piece of like leather or like a cloth, and then that cloth or piece of leather, what they do is they loop it around it like so. Okay. And then you can just kind of hold it like that. And then sometimes there'll be a string coming off this, and you know, if you're in full garb or out in the field or something like that, you could use that string to lash it to I don't know, your pack or around your belt or whatever, what have you. I'm thinking about making hard copies of these in PLA, and then maybe making a mold and then casting out of some urethane rubber. I don't know, we'll see. But I definitely like having something that's kind of like a travel, a way for me to travel with my strings. I mean, obviously it doesn't help against moisture really, but I'm not too worried about moisture per se, especially if you keep your strings waxed. You'll be all right. All right, thanks. Have a good one.